What if I told you that one man, born in the 16th century, changed how we see the universe forever? That he dared to question centuries of tradition, stood against the most powerful institution of his time, and laid the foundations for modern science. His name was Galileo Galilei. And his story? It's one of brilliance, bravery, and a battle for truth. In this video, we're diving deep into the life and legacy of Galileo Galilei, astronomer, physicist, philosopher, and one of the true giants of scientific history. You'll learn how he challenged the ancient belief that Earth was the center of the universe, how his inventions changed the course of exploration, and why he's still known today as the father of modern science. Whether you're curious about astronomy, physics, or the human drive to discover, this is a story you won't want to miss. Galileo Galilei was born on February 15, 1564, in Pisa, Italy, just a few months before William Shakespeare. His father, Vincenzo Galilei, was a musician and music theorist who encouraged Galileo to think independently and question established ideas. Initially, Galileo studied medicine at the University of Pisa, but he was far more drawn to mathematics and physics. It was here that his curiosity about motion, measurement, and the heavens began to flourish. Galileo's first major contributions were in physics, particularly the study of motion. He conducted experiments with pendulums and inclined planes, rolling balls down ramps to understand acceleration. These studies led to groundbreaking insights into inertia and gravity, concepts that would later inspire Isaac Newton. Before Galileo, people accepted Aristotle's idea that heavier objects fall faster than lighter ones. Galileo challenged this with simple, elegant experiments. Some say he even dropped balls of different weights from the Leaning Tower of Pisa to prove that they hit the ground at the same time. Whether myth or fact, the point was made: the natural world obeys measurable laws, not ancient dogma. In 1609, everything changed. Galileo heard about a new invention from the Netherlands, the telescope. Without even seeing one, he built his own. And then he improved it, turning a 3x magnification device into one that could magnify 20 times. What he saw through it was revolutionary. He observed mountains and craters on the moon, destroying the idea that heavenly bodies were perfect spheres. He saw 4 moons orbiting Jupiter, proving that not everything revolves around Earth. He discovered phases of Venus that confirmed the Sun, not Earth, was the center of planetary motion. These observations were detailed in his 1610 publication Sidereus Nuncius, or Starry Messenger. Galileo had literally rewritten the universe. Galileo's discoveries shook the foundations of established thought. The idea that Earth was not the center of the universe, called heliocentrism, had been proposed by Copernicus decades earlier. But Galileo gave it proof. This brought him into direct conflict with the Catholic Church, which upheld the geocentric model, placing Earth at the center of creation. In 1616, the Church issued a warning: Galileo could teach heliocentrism only as a theory, not as fact. For a time, he complied. But in 1632, he published dialogue concerning the 2 chief world systems, which clearly favored the Copernican view. It was a brilliant piece of writing, structured as a debate, but it ridiculed the geocentric model, and church officials were not amused. In 1633, Galileo was summoned before the Roman Inquisition. He was 69 years old and nearly blind, but that didn't spare him. He was found guilty of heresy and forced to recant his belief in heliocentrism. According to legend, after recanting, he muttered under his breath, "Epicai move, and yet it moves." Whether he said it or not, the message was clear: the Earth does move, no matter what the Church says. Galileo spent the rest of his life under house arrest in his villa outside Florence. Yet he continued to work, writing discourses and mathematical demonstrations relating to 2 new sciences, which laid the groundwork for modern physics. Galileo's work fundamentally changed how we understand the universe. He didn't just make discoveries, he changed the way science is done. He emphasized observation, experimentation, and mathematical analysis, a new method that would become the foundation of modern science. He demonstrated that the universe could be understood through natural laws rather than supernatural explanations. His insistence on evidence-based reasoning helped push Europe from the Middle Ages into the Enlightenment. Galileo and the birth of modern astronomy. Thanks to Galileo, astronomy became a legitimate scientific discipline. He showed that celestial bodies were not immutable or divine but physical objects that could be studied. His discovery of Jupiter's moon shattered the notion that everything orbited Earth. His observations of sunspots and the Milky Way revealed a complex and dynamic universe. He even theorized about the principle of relativity, that the laws of physics are the same in any system moving at a constant speed. These ideas would echo through the works of Kepler, Newton, and eventually Einstein. Reconsideration and redemption. Centuries later, Galileo's reputation was restored. In 1992, over 350 years after his trial, the Vatican formally acknowledged that Galileo had been right. Pope John Paul II admitted that the Church had made an error in condemning him. It was a long overdue apology to a man whose pursuit of truth had been punished but never extinguished. Galileo in popular culture and education. Today, Galileo is remembered not only as a scientific genius but also as a symbol of courage and intellectual freedom. His name appears in songs, movies, space missions, and schools across the world. The European Space Agency even named one of their satellite systems the Galileo in his honor. His legacy serves as a reminder: great discoveries often come with great risks, and standing up for the truth can be revolutionary. Why Galileo still matters today. In an age of misinformation and ideological conflict, Galileo's life reminds us of the importance of critical thinking, evidence, and the courage to question. Science isn't just a collection of facts, it's a way of seeing, a method of uncovering reality, and a tool for human progress. Galileo's story is a guide for anyone who dares to seek truth in the face of opposition. Let's recap what made Galileo Galilei one of history's most influential minds. He transformed physics with his study of motion and gravity. He revolutionized astronomy through his telescopic discoveries. He defended the heliocentric model despite enormous personal risk. He laid the foundation for the scientific method. And his legacy continues to inspire scientists and thinkers around the globe. If you found Galileo's story as fascinating as we did, give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone curious about science, and subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest minds. Leave a comment and let us know, what part of Galileo's journey inspired you the most? Thanks for watching, and remember, the universe is vast, beautiful, and waiting to be explored.